Hello everyone, it's me Sadhana Fyal, student of class 9 from Prithvi Narayan Higher Secondary School is here in front of you all to discuss about my project work which was assigned by Mr. Ananta Fyal, my respected sir, and the topic of my project was census. Now let's get started to the project. Census. Census, it simply refers to the counting of people. It is a demographic process of collecting information about people of particular geographical region within a fixed period of time. It is defined by UNO as well. And according to UNO, census is defined as the total process of collecting, compiling, evaluating, analyzing and publishing demographic, economic, and social data at a specified time to all persons in a country at a part of a country. According to definition, population census is not only head count, but it is more than that. Census provide information about the age, sex, ethnicity, language, literacy status, economic status, occupation status, etc. of an individual. Now here are some of the characters of census. Some of the characters of census are: it is carried out by nation or state, it is done with fixed period of time, most of the information is based on the first-hand information in census. It consists of two major methods. They are de facto method and de jure method. Generally, census is carried out by mainly three methods. They are de facto method, de jure method, and modified de jure method. Now let's discuss about de facto method of census. De facto method of census. So in this method, census is taken at the actual residence of the individual. A particular day is determined, generally a full moon day, to perform the census. The night of census is called census night. This method of census was practiced in India in 1932 AD. Britain is the country which used this method nowadays also. Now let's go to de jure method of census. De jure method of census. In this method, census is taken on the basis of permanent residence of an individual. Persons of temporary residence are not included in this method. A time period of 2 to 3 weeks is determined previously for taking census throughout the country, and this period is also called census period. One of the day of census period is considered as the census reference day to compare and discuss about the collected work or project. Now let's go to the modified de jure method of census. It is modified form of de jure method. In this method, census is taken at a place where individual resides or lives for last 6 months or above that. Nepal is also using this method since 1952 AD. In the present context of Nepal, most of the countries of the world, including Nepal, also performs modified de jure method for taking development of census in Nepal. Even though the task of census in Nepal has started since 1911, taking census according to modern definition is found to have been started from 1950 to 54 AD. That is why the census of 1950-54 AD is considered to be first Nepal scientific census. However, there are some reservations that this census cannot be considered as a scientific census because it was conducted into two phases. First in Eastern Nepal in 1952 and the second in Western Nepal in 1954. The 1961 census was taken by adopting all the required procedures and is thus measured as a scientific census. The latest census in our country was taken in 2011. Now let's move to some of the information that are collected under census. Some of the information that are collected under census are geographical information, personal and household information, and last one is economic information. Now let's go through geographical information. Some of the information collected under geographical information are present place of residence, duration of residence at a present place, place of birth, place of work, etc. Now let's go through personal and household information. Age, literacy, academic qualification, number of children alive, number of live birth, sex, relation with the head of family, ethnic group, culture, language, religion, citizenship, marital status, etc. Now last one is economic character. Some of the information under economic character are occupation, business, employment status, source of income, etc. First, I would like to give some of the advantages of census. Some of the advantages of census are: census helps to collect information about the existing population growth, distribution of population according to the age, sex, death rate, fertility rate, mortality rate, national and international migration, composition of rural and urban population, etc. Census provide information as regarded to the occupational status of the people in the country, industrial progress, literacy rate, academic progress, living standard, and about religion, language, and such other features. On the basis of data collected at census, table related to life can be prepared. The information and data make it easier to carry out the comparative studies. The information and data collected on the basis of census helps to formulate tentative plans for meeting the requirements of food, drinking water, housing, health, and other facilities, etc. for its people. Thank you this much for today. I hope you will get some information about census from this video. Thank you all. Bye bye.